So this is the exam one study guide. I want you to know that uh, I checked the exam, see what questions are on it when I made this guide. So I highly recommend that you get familiar with these terms. And if you do, you should be okay on the test. So this is the way we're going to handle it. I can't there's no way, even if I did make it a requirement, that it couldn't be open book or open note or open whatever, that I could ensure that you do that without using proctoring. And proctoring is a headache, and I'm not going to do it. So my strategy for dealing with possible academic dishonesty is just to tell you need to prepare, know these terms, and then it's going to be timed. So I might be erring on the side of too much time. I'll go ahead and tell you there are 73 questions, and you have 90 minutes. So a bit more than 1 minute per question. It's probably too much time. But I will say this: if you're not familiar with these terms, even if you hunt for the answers, I think you're not really going to do well if you don't study. In other words, you want to study. And I've noticed this in the past when I got in the habit on campus and former places that I taught, and currently too, not allowing open book tests, because I noticed that students do worse when the book when this test is open book, because they're like, it's open book, I don't have to study. That's wrong. But in every semester that I've done that, it's been true that students just, I think they're making that assumption, and it bears out. But if it's a closed book test, the students do better because they do know they have to study if they want to have a chance. So it's a mistake to think you don't have to study even if it is open book. So for both kinds of tests, it's smart to study. That's what I'm trying to say. I have in the past on campus also recently even allowed something I learned from a professor I had in college, allowing a cheat sheet, front of one page, sometimes the front and back, depends. Anything you can squeeze in, right? Handwritten, has to be handwritten is always my rule. It's not going to pertain to you guys, so I'll go ahead. Some of you might know the trick. The trick is when you give this allowance, you allow students to have a cheat sheet. What happens is that they will prepare the cheat sheet and thereby inadvertently study, because you have to make decisions about what's going to be on the, what's important. What should I write down? What do I need to know about this? I need to write that down. Which things are important, which things aren't. I've only got so much room. I need to squeeze this. So what you end up doing is studying, and then you come to the test. When I had the cheat sheet and I made it, what I realized at the end of the test was I might have looked up a couple of things out of dozens that were on there, right? Because I didn't need to look, because I had inadvertently studied. That's not the case for you guys. In a way, you kind of have a cheat sheet. You can look at this. Just make sure you know what all these terms mean in the context of the reading and stuff. And that'll help you study. So I can tell you that all these terms, some of them might not be on the exam, but everything on the exam is referred to some way or another in these notes, in this draft that I've got so far. And I'll probably just make this final soon. I think I'll add a bit about what's on the test, as far as what kinds of questions and stuff, how many and all that. And it covers units 1 through 4, weeks 1 through 4, let's put it that way. A unit, chapter, it gets kind of mixed up. I need to pick one and stick with it probably. But this covers the first 4 weeks. So I think it's in the middle of the 5th week. So we'll be kind of starting a new material. So I hate doing that, but because of the schedule, we kind of have to do it. So we'll see about that chapter. I might make a little bit extended a deadline for that if you guys would rather study. But it will be at the end of the 5th week. So I've got it set right now for the 19th. I want you guys to have a little bit more time to study. But basically, I gave you this study guide, I think on either Sunday or Monday, and that gives you what? It's a week from this Friday. It's a week from 2 days from now. Friday week is how I like to say it. It's very efficient. Friday week is when the exam is, and so you got like 7 plus 5, almost 2 weeks, not quite. So that was my rationale for choosing the date of the 19th. So it'll open up midnight on the 19th. Midnight means the beginning of the 19th. So you'd have the entire 19th. It's not midnight. It's not the end of Friday. It's the beginning of Friday. So you have Friday all day, Saturday, Sunday, and all day Monday. You got 4 days to do it. I think that's should accommodate just about anybody. If there is somebody who has some kind of weird thing going on, let me know in an email. We'll try to arrange for it. So yeah. So let me tell you. I'll probably add this to the. I'm looking at the exam right now in a different window. I'll probably add these details to the exam, but I'll just let you know. Let me see the composition of the exam. Again, it's going to be 90 minutes. I told you what days it's going to be. I'm in the wrong place. I had it, and then I lost it. I hate Brightspace sometimes. I should probably just pause. I'm not a good producer of shows. So true false. There's a bunch of true false. Let me see how many there are. I'll put it this way. Instead of counting, because I'm not good at counting, I'll say questions 1 through 24 are true false, and then 25 through scroll. And online, this is kind of how it has to be. Actually, the rest of the test. So what did I start with? I think I got rid of the short answer ones. Because I didn't think they were fair. 25 through 73. 25 through 73 are multiple choice, and the first 24 are true false. So that's the composition. There used to be 100 questions, if I'm not mistaken. A bunch of short answer, and there were a couple of questions the wording I didn't think was fair, or it wasn't good wording. So I said I'm taking this one out. Mostly the stuff's going to be from the reading. There are a couple of things from my video lectures. I know of one thing in particular I talked about, and it's probably in the notes here. Data definition sort of covers what the question is, and you probably know what it is because you heard me repeat it several times. It's one of my hobby horses. So it's not directly on this exam, but if you've been watching the videos and stuff, you should be fine. Does that cover everything? So those 4 days, I gave you the dates. I told you the composition. Everything that's on the exam is somewhere in here in one way or another. Maybe a bit obliquely, but definitely you can get to it like one step from the stuff that's on here. And keep in mind also at the time of this video, I'm going to also make a lecture on chapter 4. It might not be tonight, but it'll be soon. So so you should be able to complete the assignments for this week and stuff with the reading and everything. But the video might help. If I do the video, it might help you know where you need to focus your thinking. And I'll try to look at the exam in the notes here to make sure that I talk about the things that are here, so you'll know from the video. I'm not going to guarantee it. I can't. If as soon as I promise that I'll do that, there'll be something I forget. And you're like, you didn't talk about that in the videos. I'm not doing that. If you do the reading and you watch the videos, everything should be covered. So that's it for this video because the dogs are barking. I think I covered everything. And again, I'll add some those details I just gave you about the exam to this study guide.